The goal of this week's MyOn project is to do the following. Students will be able to use multiple, complex sentences to write an organized, cohesive, and coherent essay that expresses the relationship between the northern and southern states during the Civil War.
Hello Gomes 5th graders and happy Wednesday. We are going to review the MyOn project today and what our expectations are for you as teachers. So by this point in time, you should have accomplished at least 2 things on your MyOn project. You should have filled out the KW part of your graphic organizer, so what you know about the Civil War and what you would like to know about the Civil War. You also should have read the 2 stories. So you should have read both of the stories that talk about the Civil War. If you've done both of those things, then you should have filled out the LS part, the what you've learned and what you would still like to learn. Today, what we're going to focus on is that last component of the project, which is the writing portion. So let's pause for a moment and let's take a look at that writing prompt so we can analyze it better and answer it to the best of our ability.
After reading both texts and completing the graphic organizer, examine the relationship between the North and South. Think about each side's view on slavery, economy, and the future of the United States. Be sure to do the following. 1. Introduce the topic clearly. 2. Include facts, definitions, concrete details, quotations, or other information and examples from the books in your summary. 3. Give a conclusion statement for your essay topic.
So now that we've looked at the prompt, we have a better idea of what we're supposed to be writing about regarding the Civil War. So our focus is going to be on the relationship between the people in the North and the people in the South, and how that relationship contributed to the tensions or the fighting during the Civil War. So what we have is we're going to take a look at a couple of graphic organizers that might help you to kind of organize your thoughts and think about the type of the relationship that the North had and the South had. And we're going to kind of focus on their views on slavery. We're going to talk about what slavery did for their economies and how that was an issue. And we're also going to talk about how conflicts were really started, a lot about their words. So think of what you've read in the stories and let's take a look at those graphic organizers.
This graphic organizer focuses on the relationship between northern and southern states. We look at the words, so things that people would say in each of the different areas of the country and how that created conflict. We can look at their thoughts, different beliefs that each area had, and how they would act upon those beliefs if they were violated in any way. And our last section talks about their actions. So what each side did, maybe to retaliate in either physical action or words. So looking at the 2 first bullet points on either side, it talks about what they were saying in newspapers. So northern newspapers called the southern slave owners evil savages, while the southern newspapers called the northerners cowards and viewed the South as superior. So this battle of words helped contribute to the tension and the fighting that ultimately led up to the Civil War. This next graphic organizer covers the 3 basic components: thoughts, feelings, and actions, similar as to the one we just looked at. It's just in a different format. So here we would look at the perspective of the North and the perspective of the South regarding the Civil War and how each of those thoughts, feelings, and actions contributed ultimately to the war beginning and the way that each side reacted to one another. The last graphic organizer that we're going to look at is a character response map, and that talks about singular events and how each side reacted to it. So we would think about the North's reaction and the South's reaction. So we could take an event, for example, like newspaper publishing, and we could talk about how the North reacted to slavery and reacted to the South, and then how the South reacted to its counterpart. We could also talk about different events, such as Abraham Lincoln becoming president. How did the North feel about Abraham Lincoln becoming president compared to how the South felt with Abraham Lincoln becoming president? So looking at each of these 4 events, it can help you identify the differences in opinion that each side of the Civil War was feeling during this time.
One of the best parts about the MyOn projects is that you can use the technique that works best for you. So whatever graphic organizer you think is going to help you the most in your writing, that's the one you can use. Definitely use that KWLS chart, especially for the important information. But in order to organize your thinking, maybe take a moment and jot down a graphic organizer that you can use. Remember, you can just draw it on a piece of paper or even put it in the writing itself. But definitely make sure that you organize your thinking so that you can answer the question completely. So now that we've gone through all of the aspects of the writing and what we expect, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you some sentence frames that might help you get a head start on that writing and just kind of give you some ideas of what we're kind of looking for regarding this assignment.
This is an example of an introductory sentence. You could use this to help you begin your essay if you're stuck, or you can create your own. Below that are 3 sentence frames where you can include information that you're going to talk about, so your 3 main points, and these would be included in your introductory paragraph. This is a sample body paragraph, and it has all of the components that we would be looking for. Please pause the video and use these sentence frames to help you write your essay on your MyOn project.
Please remember to reach out to your teacher if you're having trouble with the MyOn assignment. Remember, we're here to help you, even though it's kind of remotely. So make sure that you've caught up with all of the previous week's MyOn projects and any other work. This work does count towards Term 3 report cards, so it needs to get done. So focus on trying to finish at least one thing a day, and if you do that, you'll be right on track. Definitely make sure that if you are part of Mrs. Bell's groups, you have joined her Google Classroom because she is posting new things every day to help you with the assignments that your classroom teacher assigns. And those are going to be a really big help if you take a look at them. So keep up the amazing work. I know some of you are working so incredibly hard and we're very proud of you. So keep working and we will see you guys soon, hopefully. Bye.